According to a study in 2019, roughly 290 million people suffer from depression. Now imagine the number of antidepressants being bought daily. And they are not even that effective, as humans are getting immune to them. What we need is another way to counter depression. Today, we will be talking about a brand new way you can counter depression. You must be thinking it is some sort of operation or something. Well, no. It is something totally different. It will be done using neural implants. You must be wondering, how will these implants work? And will they have any side effects? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions and more as we delve into the depths of these implants. Without further ado, let us begin. So first things first, let us talk about how the neural implants first began development. It all began when a company that went by the name Cosmos first started developing a neural chip that could be inserted into your brain. But they wanted a chip that would do a certain function, and thus target a certain audience. And what better way to do that than by focusing on depression? Besides being one of the most common problems in today's day and age, which would result in a huge target audience, curing depression would be really beneficial for us humans. Now that you know the ideology behind the development of this implant, now let us talk about the implant itself and how it's expected to work. The idea is that surgeons will shave a part of your brain and place the electrodes inside. This will need to be in touch with the brain, so it is highly important that this sort of surgery should be undergone with caution. Now, since it will be hard to power the electrodes around the clock, charging pods can be attached to the outside of the head, which would charge the electrodes. Yes, I know, that is not something you would want to do, but if it does its job like advertised, trust me, this thing will be flying off the shelves. Company Cosmos refers to it as a digital pill for the mind. According to founder and CEO Marin Gribetz, we've designed the cochlear implant for the far broader market of depression, which subsequently will help cure other cognitive diseases. This shows right now that they are just perfecting the mechanism of the whole thing. If they nail this part, which basically involves them controlling the part of the brain which results in depression, they can later on control any sort of disorder or disease. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but in theory, it is quite possible. Now let us talk about how the mechanism itself works. Two elements make up the special system design. The implant, or the electrodes, which are about the size of a fingernail, comes first. It is discreetly positioned near the skull and is inserted beneath the skin. The prescription, or charging pod, the one I was talking about early on in the video, is the other component and is also extremely small and clips onto hair to charge the device. As you can see, these are quite small, and it won't be such an issue to wear them. You can also customize the power on the mechanism by turning the settings to meet the needs of each distinct patient. This is done by an on-duty physician. Since the nature of the whole thing is quite delicate, due to the close proximity to the brain, the implant is constantly being monitored by sensors, so you don't need to worry about any harmful consequences. You must be wondering, why is this new way to counter depression so important? As I've already told you, millions of people suffer from depression daily. Let me tell you some of the harmful effects of depression. First of all, depression can lead to an increased risk of physical illness such as heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, as it weakens the immune system and increases inflammation in the body. It can also cause cognitive problems such as trouble concentrating, difficulty making decisions, and poor memory. And that's not all, as people with depression often turn to substance abuse as a way to cope with their symptoms, leading to further mental and physical health issues. It also has social effects, as it can lead to strained relationships with friends and family, as it can be difficult for people to understand and empathize with someone struggling with depression. It also results in feelings of hopelessness. As a result, it can cause a lack of motivation, energy, and focus, leading to poor work performance. But most importantly, while bodily health can be recovered, you can't recover anyone from the dead. Depression is one of the leading causes of suicide, as people with depression often feel hopeless and struggle to see a way out of their situation. I don't know about you, but that is a big enough reason to let this antidepressant mechanism enter the market. We have now established that depression is a nuisance, and anything that cures it will be a blessing to this world. But Cosmos involves quite a new concept. That is not all. It involves a procedure that includes the brain. So did they get permission to start producing? Or even start experimenting with human testing? Well, the FDA has granted the business permission to begin the first human research under an investigational device exemption. This shows they see promise in the product. So what does the future hold for the new company? Recently, Lowell Ventures, a Tel Aviv-based venture capital fund, led a $10 million seed investment round for Intercosmos. Other investors included Kitty Hawk VC and Loop Ventures. $10 million is not a small amount, and this shows investors have faith in this new technology. And chances are things will turn out for the best. But this is just the first step. For a project of this magnitude, they will need a lot more investment. Only then will they be able to maximize the potential of their product, mass produce it, and quickly roll it into the market. In the end, I would just like to say that we hope that this product becomes a success and quickly hits the market so that we can all use it. Depression is a serious issue, people, and the world will be a better place if we have companies like Intercosmos looking for mechanisms to counter and cure it once and for all. Fingers crossed for the future this technology holds. That is all, folks. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, do like the video. I think I've cleared everything there is to know about Intercosmos and their depression pill, but if you're still confused, do let us know in the comments down below. We value the feedback of our subscribers, so do not hesitate to do so. And lastly, subscribe if you want to see similar videos.